One of the most crucial power tools every woodworker should own is a compound sliding miter saw. Nevertheless, buying a subpar model puts you at risk for harm and results in unauthorized and incorrect cuts. To prevent this, our specialists are here to assist you in choosing the best sliding compound miter saws for your woodshop. The table could not be shown, so let's start the video. Number 1. The DEWALT 12-inch single compound miter saw is powerful and precise for trimming and cross-cutting tasks around the house without being overly expensive. It only makes one-way bevel cuts on boards up to 8 inches wide. It has an extendable slide-out fence that helps support the board being cut. The DEWALT saw also has a system that, for safety reasons, keeps the spring arm locked in the down position unless it is manually unlocked via a button on the back. Testing turned up few bells or whistles because DEWALT opted to prioritize precision and power over frills. This saw's modest weight is appealing to us, especially in comparison to the significantly heavier sliders. Although the single bevel does limit this saw's capabilities and the hold-down arm used to secure wood in place is cumbersome, some of the greatest locking detents for the blade angle were found in the test. The saw is unquestionably better than it is expensive. Number 2. A sliding arm that allows for cutting of boards as wide as 14 inches is included with the BOSCH Power Tools GCM 12SD 12 inches miter saw. The saw can cut compound bevels in both directions and has pull-out material supports on both sides to stabilize boards up to 40 inches long. The BOSCH miter saw's clear saw guard is made to prevent obstruction of the user's vision of the cut throughout the whole cutting operation. The ergonomic grip and padded non-slip grip on the trigger handle make it equally comfortable for right-handed and left-handed individuals to use. The numbers on the miter scale are engraved into stainless steel for durability, and the fences are movable. Testing revealed that the BOSCH saw genuinely merits the top spot on this list. It has a zero-clearance slide arm that may, if necessary, lean up against a wall. The arm is also quite smooth, allowing for precise cutting. Additionally, there was no assembly required, and numerous additional references for the roof rafters and valley cuts were built in. The motor is quite powerful, and the dust collection was excellent. The main drawbacks of this saw are that it is a bit hefty to move around the shop and that it lacks any lasers or lights. Number 3. One of the greatest models I can suggest if you're looking for a sturdy dual bevel sliding compound miter saw at a great price is this Skil MS6305-0 on the job site, or even in your workshop. You may create all the different crosscuts you want to make with this compound miter saw's 10 inches blade with dual bevel. Even while it has practically all the capabilities you require, it is still quite reasonably priced. Just under $300 with a 15 amp motor and a 10 inches blade attached, you can cut with extreme accuracy and precision thanks to the blade's 4,800 RPM no-load speed. It's hard to believe, but this affordable Skil 10 inches miter saw also includes an LED shadow line blade positioning system, similar to DEWALT's XPS system, that projects a shadow of the blade's kerf on the cut line, allowing you to see where the blade will cut through when you bring it down. In addition to cutting 2x12s at 90 degrees and 2x8s at 45 degrees. The Skil can bevel cuts in both directions up to a maximum of 50 degrees. For a range of uses, including installing crown molding and trim, the saw's 11 positive miter detents at 0, 15, 22.5, 31.6, and 45 degrees, respectively, on both the left and right, make adjustment and use simpler. Overall, if you're looking for a low-cost, high-quality dual bevel sliding compound miter saw with all the features and specs you'll need to complete even the most complex cuts on the job site, the Skil is a good option to consider. Number 4. Anyone seeking a high-quality single bevel, non-sliding compound miter saw without emptying their bank account may choose the Genesis GMS 1015LC. Although it has a laser marker and is an extremely accurate saw, the price is little over $100. Anyone just starting out as a furniture maker or woodworker who doesn't yet have a lot of money to spend on tools should consider this. Although you won't have much cutting capacity to crosscut broader boards with this single bevel non-sliding model, if you truly put some effort into learning how to operate it, you'll be able to do outstanding projects with it. It has a 10 inches blade and a 15 amp motor. The blade spins at a no-load speed of 46 RPM, allowing you to make quick and accurate cuts. It can make bevel cuts up to 45 degrees to the left and miter cuts 45 degrees both left and right. There are 9 positive miter detents for easy repeatable miter cuts. The laser marker will help you align the material with the blade's kerf, and an electric brake will stop the blade from rotating seconds after the cut is made. The Genesis has an arbor lock that, when activated, will prevent the arbor from turning when the nut holding the blade in place is lost, in case you ever need to change the blade. Number 5. Its compact size and lightweight are the CRAFTSMAN V20's most notable advantages. It's also advantageous because you can use it without electricity. A single charge of this miter saw's lithium-ion battery allows for up to 585 cuts through a piece of 314 inches medium-density fiberboard. CRAFTSMAN 20-volt rechargeable battery, along with a battery charger, are both included with it. This miter saw has a strong engine that spins the blade at a speed of 3,800 revolutions per minute, which makes it suitable for easily cutting wall studs, baseboards, and molding. It glides as well, enabling cutting of boards as wide as 8 inches. Because of the CRAFTSMAN V20 saw's weight and the quantity of plastic parts in it, we weren't precisely sure what we'd find. However, it was simple to assemble, sliced beautifully, and was startlingly quiet. Although it handled construction lumber, we could picture using this saw for tasks like flooring or trim work. The plastic in the single bevel action as opposed to multiple bevels were our only serious complaints. Number 6. The groundbreaking cruiser saw from Delta has robotic arms that make it easier to glide the saw through cuts if you want something a little more robotic. With heavy-duty bearings and a military-grade aluminum construction, the robotic cruiser arm can move smoothly and fluidly during cuts. Even the robotic cruiser arm's tension can be changed to provide the ideal level of glide. You can cut crosscuts up to 16 inches wide and crown moldings up to 6.25 inches wide with the Delta Cruiser miter saw. This dual bevel saw has 10 miter detents to make quick adjustments at frequently used angles, bevels and miters at 45 degrees left and right and 50 degrees left and 60 degrees right, respectively. Cutting through both hardwood and softwood precisely is made simple by the blade's 15-amp motor and 4,000 RPM speed. With an easy-to-read miter scale, adjustments are simple to make. The saw is incredibly ergonomic and simple to use thanks to its full-size trigger and molded grip. The newest version of the Delta Cruiser saw, the Delta 26-2250, is available if you're considering purchasing one. The cruiser saws come in 12 and 10 inches blade varieties. However, this Delta is a 12 inches cruiser saw, so if you choose that, you should be aware of what you're buying. Number 7. This Makita tool is ideal for woodworkers searching for a miter saw for their business or a job site. It has pull-out material stabilizers to support boards when cutting, and it can cut boards up to 12 inches wide. This miter saw mounts to the work table for stability and weighs only 31 pounds, making it simple to move. The Makita saw has a dust collection port and, for further security, a trigger brake that prevents the blade from rotating when the trigger is released. Additionally, it has a soft start that minimizes movement and improves accuracy. Additionally, the saw can bevel edges in either direction. We love the narrower blade on this saw because it doesn't seem to deflect like a 12 inches saw might. The cut capacity was exceptional, and the motor was powerful enough for a smaller saw. Up until the blade speeds up, the soft start is a tad abrasive, giving the saw a chattery sensation. The blade's refusal to tilt to the right, which somewhat reduces the saw's capacity, is our other grievance. Number 8. Even though it cannot be one of the most well-liked selections, the Evolution R255 SMS plus 10 inches multi-material compound sliding miter saw performs consistently and superbly. This machine can produce crosscuts, cross-bevel cuts, compound cuts, and miter cuts with bevel angles up to 45 degrees. A 10 inches blade that is included with it effortlessly pierces steel, laminates, and hardwoods. You can also purchase the 10 inches diamond blade if you want to cut tiles, bricks, or other comparable materials. A wonderful value for the money, it is also one of the most economical miter saws. Number 9. The Metabo HPT 12 inches miter saw with laser guide cuts bevels in both directions and has a powerful 15-amp motor. The laser feature allows you to see the cut line on the board before cutting, which reduces errors. The Metabo also includes a pivoting fence to make crown molding cutting easier. This full-size saw has an elastomer-coated handle that reduces vibration, hand fatigue, and slippage. This is a nice and unexpected feature on a less expensive saw. This saw surely has some advantages and disadvantages. It has the strength to cut through practically everything connected with carpentry. Another excellent feature of the laser is how quickly and easily cuts can be lined up. Additionally, it is not overly hefty, in part because there are no slides. The blade on our model, however, needed to be squared up before it would cut accurately. Additionally, the saw's tilt adjustment lever is uncomfortable and difficult to use. Number 10. If there are any dual bevel sliding compound miter saws that are superior than this Milwaukee 6955-20, they are quite rare. Although it is fairly pricey for the typical hobbyist, any contractor or skilled woodworker will probably not hesitate to invest in it because to the high build quality, functionality, and precision it offers. A 15-amp, 3.3 maximum horsepower direct drive motor drives the Milwaukee's massive, 12 inches blade. With that much force, you can easily and precisely cut through very hard lumber. In addition, unlike other saws, its rotary no-load speed of 3,250 RPM remains constant when cutting materials, unlike others. This is particularly significant because it guarantees swift, precise cuts through even the hardest pieces of lumber. The fact that this Milwaukee saw has 2 lights, one on each side of the blade, which illuminate the blade, cut line, and material, makes it possible to see the blade and cut line clearly when making cuts. The saw won't jerk when you turn it on thanks to the blade's electronic soft start feature, which also lets you ease the blade into the workpiece without harming the material. Using a large single bevel adjustment lever, the blade may be beveled from 0 to 48 degrees in both directions. With 9 positive detents and detent overrides, it is much simpler to perform miter cuts because the operator can quickly dial an accurate miter angles. I have nothing further to add. I make useful videos every day, so kindly become a channel subscriber. Because of this, I would appreciate it if you did. Read my description if you want to get additional information about the item's price. Please leave a comment if you encounter any difficulties. Keep up with our cutting-edge videos because it will simplify your life considerably.